Hello and welcome to Brookes TV. I'm Adèle Lachi.
And I'm Layla Gori. Tonight, university staff go on strike. A rash of rowdy students break out into Oxford. Chaos at a roundabout, moustache madness, and a young metal band raising hell and raising awareness for a charity.
University lecturers and support staff went on strike this week over their pay in a long-running dispute. Picket lines appeared at Oxford Brookes campuses as part of this action. Nielsen reports.
Members of 3 unions, representing both academic and support staff, went on strike for one day. Picket lines were formed outside Oxford Brookes University in the dispute over pay.
In the last 5 years, staff in higher education have had pay rises of 1% or less every year, and inflation has been way above that. So in 5 years, we've seen our pay cut in real terms by 13%, and people are saying enough is enough.
Many students seemed unaware of the action, but those we spoke to were sympathetic.
Definitely. I mean, if they're not getting enough money compared to their lifestyle requirements, I think it's a good cause for a strike, obviously, definitely.
I'd do the same if I was in their position.
Brookes Union voted unanimously in favour of supporting the strike. We asked Paul Large about Brookes's position.
There is a whole formal process of negotiation. But really, it got to the point where the university's employers had made the final offer on behalf of the universities of a 1% increase, plus a number of other things to help address some of the concerns of the trade unions, and to continue talking. You know, basically that was the final offer. So that's the point when the trade unions have decided to take action.
The protesters continued to voice their concerns at a rally in Oxford Town Hall. Here we asked John Richards what they'd like to see as the outcome of the strike.
We'd like the employers to come round, sit down at the table and start negotiating properly. We know the surpluses are out there, £1 billion the other year. They're claiming it's gone down to 659 million this year. We know that there's huge amounts of capital investment going in. Oxford Brookes is in the middle of building a £130 million building. It's got 6 million in surplus. The money's out there, and it's not just about capital, it's not just about buildings. It's the staff that deliver the services that are vital to higher education.
The long-term impact on students is unclear, but working to contract will continue and further strike action is planned. This is Neil Hewson for Brookes TV News.
Oxford residents living near halls and popular Oxford Brookes student areas have complained about a sharp rise in antisocial student behaviour this year. Brookes TV News investigated the situation.
Oxford Brookes University students return from summer full of energy. This year, the number of noise complaints from local residents is at a record high. There have already been 45 complaints. We spoke with Anne Gwinnett, Director of Corporate Affairs, to find out more.
If the student is found to have brought the university into disrepute, behaved inappropriately, then there are a number of sanctions that we can use. And typically for this kind of thing it would be a fine or some community service or some combination of the two. Obviously if they repeat again after that, then we can look at more serious things. But ultimately someone could be asked to leave the university.
Ivan Asquith represents the Divinity Road Area Residents Association.
Residents never hear of students being severely disciplined. In other universities, if a student behaves really badly, they get sent down. It matters. They miss a term, they miss a year. It really matters. And then they behave well. You know, what Brookes did when the rugby club behaved really badly, what did they do? They closed it down. No more bad behaviour by the rugby club.
Many people think students act out because of the rise in tuition fees.
And therefore, they see themselves more like customers. And customers are always right, as you know. Customers expect to get what they pay for, and so they may feel more entitled to behave as they wish.
Both residents and students are affected by parties and loud music at night. However, not every student knew there was a problem. We asked them how Brookes could fix the issue.
Trying to create an increased relationships really between the university and the local residents, and I think that's helpful. I think if the people have an outlet in which to communicate.
Maybe they should hang up like banners or so, keep it down because people are complaining.
Tell them to keep it low. Maybe put more security guy at night around the buildings.
They should provide more halls, because I'm in a house my first year as well and I didn't get halls.
Only a small percentage are responsible for disrupting the locals at night. After all, the cost of education and a good night's sleep is high.
The Oxford public has made demands for traffic lights to be put up at the busy roundabout near the exit of Bayswater Road. However, Oxfordshire County Council has rejected these plans, angering many residents who are concerned about safety. Katie Mackay has the story.
Local motorists have been left feeling disgruntled after Oxfordshire County Council have refused to put up traffic lights at Bayswater Road onto one of Oxford's busiest roundabouts. Bayswater Road leads onto Oxford's Green Road roundabout, which is a key connection to other motorways and places around Oxford. The exit from Barton onto the roundabout is currently the only exit without traffic lights. This has caused many potential accidents. Motorists have also commented on the waiting time at the junction. Sometimes there can be up to a 20-minute wait to find a gap to get across. We spoke to a local resident who feels strongly about this issue.
I live in Barton and obviously I use this roundabout very often. I've been waiting here for up to 20 minutes to half an hour at a time, and people getting impatient, they're shooting across. There's been many accidents in the past which I've witnessed myself, and I've recently discovered that there is wiring under the roads which would have been used for traffic lights, but they haven't bothered to implement traffic lights, which would obviously cut down the number of accidents around this exit. I think it's quite disgusting, to be honest. We're paying the Oxford Council thousands of pounds a year from the taxpayers' money and they're not doing anything about it.
The council has said that. The answer is we are not putting any new traffic lights in, but will amend the road markings at Headington Roundabout. We will continue to monitor the situation and make any necessary adjustments to the timing of the existing lights to ensure the best possible flow of traffic across the roundabout as a whole. Local residents are wondering what their council tax is being used for. Perhaps they are using it to amend the road markings. Should the council take action to solve this problem? I'm Katie McCabe reporting for Brookes TV News.
With many groups and charities vying for the attention of the public, some causes have turned to humour to highlight their issue. One such popular movement is Movember. We sent reporter Sam Swinnerton to find out more.
Every November, many men refuse to shave their moustaches in order to raise money and awareness for prostate cancer. But is this really the best way to get people talking about it? Or would a more serious approach be a better solution?
Anything that raises awareness for any cancer is a good idea.
My dad actually got diagnosed with prostate cancer about 6 months ago and quickly recovered it. They caught it really early because he goes for the annual checkups. So I mean, right there, that hit at home, you know. So I think doing stuff like this is fantastic. I really like it.
I think it's great. It's a really good way of raising awareness about prostate cancer and everything, and it's things that blokes don't like talking about. And with Movember, everyone can just actually chat about it a little bit. So, yeah, I think it's a good thing.
Will Pargeter from Oxford's all-male a cappella group Out of the Blue spoke to us about the group's involvement with the campaign.
So last year the group as a whole managed to raise just over £100, and we're hoping to top that this year. This is the second year that the group has put forward a team, and we're hoping that it will become a tradition. Obviously, being an all-male group, men's health is quite a relevant thing.
In the UK, 1 in 8 men will develop prostate cancer in their lifetime. More than 100 men are diagnosed with prostate cancer every day. And it's not just men who are getting involved with Movember. Some girls are refusing to shave to help raise awareness too.
So, whether it's with your lips or your legs, everyone can get involved in raising money for prostate cancer this November. I'm Samuel Swinnerton, Brookes TV News.
They recently took a trip to the USA to play the charity gig, which led to...
Get out of this place, but I don't want to leave.
Based here in Whitney is a local rock metal band that goes by the name of Twisted State of Mind. Having recently returned from a tour of America, we met with the 3 teenage boys and found out more about their travels.
We played this gig called Savfest. It's this festival for this guy's son that killed himself over depression, and it's like a charity festival. So he played it in England, in Leicester, and then the person that runs it is called Alan Saville, and he wanted us to play the American Savfest in America, so we flew over to America, but then we wasn't allowed to play it because we wasn't old enough. But then in the end we did get to play it, but we only played 2 songs, but still it went down really well and it was good.
I'm here outside the Red Lion Hotel in Whitney, the venue for the band's EP launch. We went along to find out why critics are labelling this band as a new age of British heavy metal.
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, those guys are so talented. I wish I was so talented. I mean, when I was 13, I was just like playing games and, you know, playing Xbox, and those guys are out writing music and, you know, pleasing crowds, and, you know, it's just fantastic, such a buzz.
I'm definitely going to go back. They're absolutely brilliant, and it was not what I expected.
The band is closely linked with the mental health charity Ian's Chain and donate the majority of sales income to the charity. The boys wish to increase their audience's awareness of the organisation through performances across the UK. With over 18,000 Facebook likes and the band's fan base ever growing, the future is looking bright for these 3 boys. David Holmes, Brookes TV.
And that's it for this week. Remember, you can view all the previous episodes online by going to the Oxford Brookes YouTube channel.
And you can email us at brookestv@brookes.ac.uk.
Thanks, see you next week.
Goodbye.